Bogota. Densely populated capital of Colombia, with over 7 million inhabitants in the city and even more in Metropolis area. Bogota sits high in the Andes Mountains. In fact, it is one of the highest capitals in the whole world. This capital city has a broad mixture of cultural background, rich history, but at the same time, quite a lot of crime. Right here, one person has a lynch court because he stole a smartphone. Typically, most apartment complexes and industrial buildings have walls with barbed wire or electric fences on top. That looks crazy for me. During my Bogota visit, I walked through the various different districts as I wanted to see the objective view of Colombia's capital. Many parts of the city were crowded and had a lot of traffic. Commuting in the city sometimes can take up to 3-4 hours. It takes that long not only because of the city size and the traffic jams, but also because of the constantly ongoing protests. Some main streets are closed because of the safety concerns, and police always keep a close eye on what is happening around them. You may wonder why these protests are happening. There is significant social inequality in Colombia, and all these ongoing protests were provoked by increased taxes and healthcare reforms that the government decided to do back at the end of 2021 April. These demonstrations became very common in all bigger Colombian cities, and the capital, was one of them. Even though the government cancelled some decisions, protests are still going, and protesters demand to solve the different issues each time they are on the streets. Sometimes these protests could remind fiestas because of many drummers, singers and various show elements on the roads. Protesters are loud, and even if you stand a few kilometers away, you will probably hear the protests quite well. Some demonstrations, however, end up not so peacefully, and this is noticeable in some parts of the city. Despite all these political and economical issues that people face in Colombia, here people are pretty happy and active. Colombians in general knows how to dance very well, and you can see people dancing in various different areas. It's also prevalent to see people playing football. Basically, it's their second religion. There's a lot of green parks, creative paintings, murals, and graffitis on the walls. Because the Bogota climate is very mild, here you will not find a tropical heat, but it is not cold either, so people don't need to use air conditioners or heaters in their daily life here. Also, there are only dry and wet seasons. The temperature stays about the same all year around. If you decide to visit Colombia, I suggest you spend some days in Bogota and feel the life of the capital. And while Bogota is way safer than before 3 decades, and some cities have more crime in this country, you should be careful walking at night alone. Until next time.